One thing that I'm very curious of, I kind of caught it when you were talking to someone else, but like, let's start like walk us through your like entrepreneurial journey. Like, I know this moto is pretty recent, but what's that been like for you just starting out?
I'll tell you, for entrepreneurs, this is quite a story. So, my wife and I had backpackers hostels for about 16 years now.
Oh,
And we started, man, in the early 2000s. And I met her backpacking. So, I love to travel and I love eating. And so, it was a perfect thing to really enjoy. And uh, I just fell in love with traveling. So I would often go traveling, but I would stay in backpackers hostels because it was the cheapest way to go. And I actually met my wife in a backpackers hostel when she was coming up from Mexico, and she's Canadian from Toronto. She's full on Italian, and we hit it off. And she we started dating between Toronto and then Vancouver, and then I'm just like, come down here, let's figure it out. So we got married and we ended up opening up a small backpackers hostel that surprisingly won all kinds of awards because we ended up like really building it around the community of food. So I would take kids foraging, I would take them fishing, squid jigging, crabbing, and then we would come back and we would make dinners. And that's kind of how we became famous. We got rated like number one hostel in the United States and number two in all of North America. And
oh,
so it was a big deal. So people came to us specifically because we did food. And often during that 18 years, 16 years, I keep raising it up, I would make pizza. And I really fell in love with the process of pizza. And I said, when I'm going to retire, I'm going to make pizza. I said that for a long time. Then COVID hit and we lost everything. So we had three locations, one in Ballard, one in Fremont, and one in Belltown. And when we lost everything, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to pivot and do pizza. And I said, all I have to make is 40 pizzas a day and we can survive. And boy, even our first day, it got out and it was insane. We opened on a Wednesday and uh, we sold everything for on Wednesday for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It was
What,
insane.
where'd the community come from that, like, was that the hostile community that was like, because you were so known in those circles, those people, like, it was exciting that way? Or like, what led?
No, it was funny story. I was on my roof putting up balloons on top of the roof because we're in between two giant apartment buildings and it's a little tiny bungalow, like a one bedroom house.